What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Rick, owner of Royal Mike Blend. And I want to personally welcome every single one of you to the channel. Over the last couple of days, a lot of new people have found me because of a financial audit episode that has been making the rounds online. Whether you came here because you were curious, because you support me, or because you disagree with me, I appreciate you taking the time to stop by.
This is Royal Mike Blend!
This is our story. And from this point forward, we're gonna let the work speak for itself. I'm Big Rick. Thank you for being here.
Let's get to work!
What's going down, people? It's your boy King Rick in the building. Hey, so glad y'all liked the little intro that came through and whatsoever. If you're tuning into the channel, as your first time tuning into the channel, I want to bring y'all through and tell y'all a little bit more about Royal Mike Blend. For everybody that's coming in and just learning about the channel, y'all probably saw us on the financial audit show and whatsoever like that. Want to know more about the situation. So if y'all coming from there and want to know more about the situation, more about what happened to Kevin, which is, we're going to say that's his name, but it's not. But I'm going to keep his name private. But let me tell you more about our story and what Royal Mike Blend is about and what we do here and how our business is still building and still coming up to a part. So starting in, I want to say about 2021, 2020, you know, I've already started doing business. I've been doing business for a few years now. I started off doing some trucking. I graduated college down in Austin, Texas. Went running pro track for a little while, and I came back. I started to just do some more stuff, and you know, with businesses and stuff like that. Opened up a little trucking company, and as you see here, I'm a real hustler. And as we were hustling and doing these certain things and pushing ourselves with business, I accumulated some property. I bought some property, you know, some 18 acres of land, and I started doing hemp production. And in hemp production, I wasn't, how can I say, I wasn't a grower farmer, but I turned myself into a farmer. So in the cases of turning ourselves into a farmer, we ended up getting a hemp production license and growing. So I ended up start growing product. As you see here, you know what I'm saying? We start growing product. Man, it became exploding. I started reading books on it. I started getting more and more into it. The business was doing really, really well. But the laws between the hemp business were starting to fluctuate and change a little bit. At that point, I started to notice it, but it wasn't affecting us at the moment. I went bigger and bigger with the farm thing. Money got put into that big time, and money was made with that. You know, I'm here just to explain, like, you know, what it is with Royal Mike Blend and how we started. My brother ended up coming out of prison and stuff like that. And most people that come out of prison, you know, got a good rap game or something like that. And I was like, man, I'm really intrigued on what you can do, little bro. And I like some of his music. I play a little bit right now.
The right thing look good on me, yeah. Which one would you pick? Got a Drake, got a Uzi, yeah. Change look so good on me, yeah. Change look good.
And yo, when I listened to his music, you know, I was intrigued. I was like, man, little bro, like, I really want to get into more of what you got going on. So I was thinking about, like, all right, let me open up a studio. But I didn't want to put the money into a building per se. So I was like, all right, bet, let me go ahead and do a study or something like that, or get some extra money somehow, or whatnot. So I ended up getting some money and doing a clinical research study, actually. And that's when I ended up meeting, well, I almost said the boy name, but I ended up meeting Kevin and whatsoever like that. And I told him about the story and stuff like that, and the raps and stuff like that, me wanting to open up a studio. And it did start off from wanting to do entertainment. So we wanted to do entertainment. And we did a TikTok online trying to talk to Mr. B's and stuff like that. And we had fun. We had fun. We enjoyed each other for the 2 or 3 weeks that we had met each other. And after we got out of the situation, we kept in touch. We wanted to do more business together and stuff like that. So I showed him a couple of ideas. I showed him all the hard work we were doing. And this is some of the hard work that we were doing. Like, we were tearing down different buses, building a mobile stage, because I had this grand audacious idea that I wanted to do like a carnival type situation with these buses and trucks and everything like that. It's still the same idea. It just really took off with the hemp situation. And with the hemp, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is really like blowing up. So it took a little pause on the studio situation, which we built out, and we were originally going to do podcasts and we were going to do the music and everything like that. But I'm only one person, so it's not like that I can keep moving around doing a bunch of stuff. So I had to go where the money was, and where the money was the hemp. I already had a farm. We're building these buses and stuff like that, as far as the studio and stuff like that. I wasn't able to mention none of this stuff because the fact is the subjects kept getting changed, and we kept gollying all over the place between different subjects, and he was just trying to get to the nitty gritty with drama. If you're looking for drama here, I'm not gonna give you any drama. I'm just gonna tell you the nitty gritty on what happened with what it is with real business. And people make mistakes, and the mistakes fall in between both parties. And a lot of it is just with the state as well too. It's like we're not a free state to where we can do hemp productions and stuff like that. We can't sell marijuana; it's legal. But we found a loophole, and when we found that loophole, I was like, okay, bet, like let's get to it. So we put a big pause on that studio thing, which I was still trying to run it. It was just a money pit, and we kept putting money into it, and we wasn't getting no money out of it. Not saying that my brother didn't want to rap. Not saying that he wasn't putting emphasis into it. And I did have a whole team of rappers and everything like that, and everybody was making music. We're starting to try to shoot music videos. And at this time, we were just shooting with like cell phones, picking up phones and making gimbals with them. And, I'm pushing so much bread into that. And the physical labor behind that was exhausting because we kept building and building and building new walls and this and that and fixing all these buses. So I was like, I need some type of sort of income to be able to run and keep this business ahead. So when we first wanted to start this business, it was like, all right, bet. Like I bought a bus, I bought another bus, and I started rechanging it. I started really getting onto it. So we had got this bus right here, and we start changing it. I started buying stuff from little flea markets, these cases. Like these things were a little expensive, looked a little cheap in the moment at that point, but I started making it look good. And I'm not a carpentry type person. I've never been doing this my whole life. I got a business degree. I didn't know what I was doing. But I made it and I put it together. And we started doing a mobile smoke shop. So we did this mobile smoke shop. This thing took off. And, instead of, people kept telling me like other entrepreneurs, other people like, hey, what you need to do is not do so many different businesses on what you got going on. I was like, all right. What should I do? Do what's making most money. And that was the hemp. So I told my business partner, AKA Kevin, like what was going on in the situation. I was like, hey, we're making more money with the hemp situation than we were doing anything else. I think we should push more towards this and see what's going on. I forget what year this was when I really kind of like pushed harder into the hemp situation. And so we didn't have the bus fully fixed. So me and my fiance went out and we went out and
We out there with Royal Mike Blend Smoke Shop, man. Them niggas was pulling up and dropping it off straight on the block, you hear me? Check them out and see what they got.
got the license and went to one of our vehicles and went to 6th Street in Austin and just started selling. We went to 6th Street in Austin. I just started buying some t-shirts and 2, 3 in the morning. We're up for hours. And remember, we me and my fiance, we have a child at home. And so we're up for hours just sitting and trying to sell and doing all this stuff and really putting in the physical labor in between things. We asked AK Kevin to sit there and build the website for us so we can start to get more sales. So that's when the first time he started, getting with Square and, getting the website going, and things start to go perfectly. More sales start to come on the website, and then we start to get more sales than we could ever think of. So we started to accumulate more vehicles and stuff like that. This is some of the stuff that I've already had before we even started putting money in the situation. So I had 18 acres of land. I had a few buses and trucks and food trucks and stuff like that. And I really wanted to get into it. So I got into it in a heavy point. I put down the trucks that I had. I put down the 18-wheelers that I had.
It's a free product. Try to get people to subscribe to the channel, get them up to these Royal Mike Blend Smoke Shop, trying to get them, to get in and got the product out there. We're out there in the scenes, man. If y'all want to get a car,
y'all are beautiful.
I said, okay, I can't physically sit there and just push all of this by myself. So, I needed some help, so I started hiring people to try to help me out with it because deliveries start coming. So we end up getting like a little delivery vehicle. We found this little spot that out here in Killeen, about this little spot on the street, Veterans, and we were able to ask a dude, can we just sit there? So we sat there, and oh my gosh, it took off. People started knowing where we was. We was the first people out here to have a mobile smoke shop, and we started to accumulate different businesses, different vehicles. And I was like, man, it's getting extreme. The summer was really hot, and I was like, gosh, we're just out here sweating. And I started to accumulate more and more employees. I started putting the whole team on. But we're in these vehicles and we're just out sitting with no AC and it's just hot. So I thought it would be a smart idea to get a Sprinter van. So I was like, hey bro, let's get a Sprinter van and let's build it into a Sprinter van. I think people will like it. And we built this extreme, put together Sprinter van. And oh my gosh, it even went more wild in the whole situation. So, I listened to the advice of the older crowds and people that were being successful in the situation about putting more into the smoke shop business. So I was like, all right, bet, I got this little car, I got the Sprinter van, we got this other van, and then we got the bus. And so now we're all out on the road in Austin and Killeen, and we're going to 6th Street every weekend. We're having fun. So my team started to become a little bigger. So when it becomes with a team and it becomes with employees and stuff like that, you got to pay them, right? So our budget became a little bit bigger. At this point, I'm still kind of like pushing. Vehicles are somewhat breaking down, and I'm keeping them back ahead, but I'm also trying to keep the financial flow ahead. He's able to see all the books. He's helping me out. Between the websites, barely on what he was doing, but I'm doing the physical labor between all the situation. And I'm not here to put any blame on anybody or anything like that or any in this situation, but it was a lot of work. It was so much work that it became to where I was like, I need a building. I need something to concretely put ourselves, because remember, we're out in the street that I told you, somebody let us put out in the property. So we're out on the street, and I was just my first thing, my thing. I found this lady that's wanted to let us buy this building. It wasn't just for rich. She wanted to let us buy it, owner finance, big building, 6 bedrooms, upstairs, downstairs, commercial lot. And so I had the smart idea to be like, okay, this is a great situation. you know, this is a way we can capitalize on the business. We can push more things. We can start coming and really, you know, pushing towards what the creative attitude is, what it is will come to business. Excuse my words, I'm just stuttering a little bit. But so I was like, all right, bet. Let's really push towards this business. Let's get the building. So I went towards getting the building. I told her I'd give her about $20,000 down, and we'll pay like $5,000 a month with a balloon payment. And it's just, you know, I'm not going to go through the details of what we're going through with the business with the lady and stuff like that. But she was, you know, shout out to you. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity with the building. Give me the fortitude to be able to like build with the business and stuff like that. But it came a lot with that building as well too. Remember, it's just the building. It was a real estate building at first. And we had to put a lot of modifications to it when it comes to this business starting from the ground up. So I put thousands into it before we even start putting more into it. So we put the money down on getting the building. We had to exchange and put different parts of the building together with the floors and building the decor and buying the furniture and getting stuff to make it like a store because it looked like a house. And then I had a great idea to put the food trucks out front and kind of rent the food truck space and have it like a food truck park. So that went well. We had food trucks out in the front and we were charging the rent. I had my food truck out there in the front. We were getting money from that. So I was paying somebody hourly to sit up there and run the food truck. We get money from the food trucks that are out there. Then we have a hair salon, and then we had a massage studio. We got a pole studio inside. Oh man, things were going good. And it became very electrifying between all the stuff that we were doing. So I'm kind of like, wow, this is a great situation. You know, I'm loving what's going on in this whole situation. I'm gonna show you a couple of clips. You know, how the building ended up turning out. Or you can look down at the YouTube channel and you can see, like, we were very proud of this building. We were very proud of, like, having that. Kevin came down with his friends and stuff like that and was proud and very happy to sit there and see, you know, this business going up and everything like that. And we had this grandioso idea that, like, okay, bet, we're going to get an SBA loan to pay back all these credit cards that we are doing and stuff like that we're pushing all this stuff in. So we end up doing some credit card stacking, and we end up getting like, I'm not gonna go over the numbers, but a certain amount of credit cards and stuff like that. It was about thousands, but we end up getting these credit cards. Wow. We get these credit cards, we're putting the building together, everything is going straight. But we start to go through false things that were like kind of like breaking down. Like, you know what, you're dealing with vehicles, so they start to break down. You know, transmission would go out here. Remember, these things are like used and stuff like that. We had to pay for the wraps. Transmissions was breaking down on certain vehicles. Things, you know, were coming ahead, and bills started to accumulate. I was like, oh my gosh. And again, this is a financial turmoil that started to become like, you know, and so I was like, you know, we're handling it, and we handled it pretty good. So my grand idea when we first started was to put a wrap around this humongous bus that we had as a studio. And we were going to put the rappers out there, get the mobile stage, go out from different cities to sit there and, you know, sell like a concert type situation. And everything was going fine, but the laws started to change a little bit between the hemp situation. It got kind of scary. So I was trying to pivot more towards entertainment. So I pushed really hard with getting the bus on that rap situation. So we end up getting the rap, putting that rap on there. But the guy that I had got the rap to put on, I want to shoot out your business, and I want to put your business out there. And this is a real Kevin, that is his name. He owns Signs of Time, which he did a great job. Signs of Time in Temple, Texas, with the rap. He just took a little bit too long to get it back to us. And it took over almost 6 months to, don't quote me on the times, but it took a few months to be able to get us back the bus. And we missed the whole summer. of that hot time on where we were making money to get back the bus. And at that same time, we had the Sprinter van situation that we had built that was making us a lot of money. That engine just went out. I don't know what happened. It just went out. So we had to get that fixed. And then the bus that we had that were going out, the transmission went out on that. So we had to get that fixed. And these mechanic shops that had picked, we're not going to put your businesses out there as far as in like, you know, in bad light, because I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to talk about anybody else's businesses or any lights or something like that would happen. But they took a long time to be able to get those vehicles back to us to where we can make our money. So 90% of our income was coming from hemp. And yeah, we were making money from the food trucks, but the food trucks started to take a downpour because the winter time started to come. So they were not coming with the funds they needed to be able to be at the food truck park. So we started losing business with the food truck. I wasn't able to even run our own food truck. So now we got this massive bill coming every month. I have not missed any of the credit card payments. I haven't missed any of the stuff that we got going on. And things just started to just kind of like, whoa, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. And at that point in time, I wanted to push more towards the entertainment because we found out very late in the game that we could not get an SBA loan to be able to pay off everything because you can't get an SBA loan with a smoke shop. Oh my gosh, it tore us up. It tore me up on the physical side to know that, because we're building towards our credit, we're building towards everything else. I got everybody on board. We got 30 something employees, and now here it sits to be we're looking for people to give us a loan to be able to get bigger aspects. So we start to get these loans between these different loan shark companies, and that was the worst decision. If anybody's running a business, don't do the payday loans. Don't do the weekly process loans. They call your phone, oh, we can give you $100,000. Don't do it. If it's not SBA or a one payment type thing, don't do it. It's not real. They go by the basis of your income and they charge you astronomical interest when it comes to this thing. It's horrible. So I ended up paying off, I think it was almost $50,000 to $60,000 in loans. We missed maybe 1 or 2 payments. That's it, that whole year. But we end up paying it off. We end up getting it through. Everything is fine. We're going to get through this. We're going to step through this, and we're going to get through the situation. We should have never took the loans. My partner did help me out with, a big lump sum to be able to get ahead and push those loans back and get the employees fixed, and that was great. And we end up sitting up here, we're gonna build. And once we got the loans out the way, I don't know what was this grandiose idea to be able to put all the credit card payments into one day, but they really killed me again. We had everything set, and when it came into one day, it kind of just pushed everything into a downpour again. And I wasn't able to keep up with the payments because the hemp situation had went down. Remember, I told you we started to take 90% of our income with that situation. So it was like, whoa, this has got to get better. This got to get better. And so when we lost in the hemp situation, I tried to push more and more out there. We tried to push, more and more things to elevate with the hair salon that we have or the pole studio, and we pushing towards that one day. And I was like, oh man, like, hey Kev, like we have to do a downsize with certain things. I'm not going to be able to afford these employees. I have to let go of the building. I have to let go of these certain things because we're not making the money that we used to, because it's illegal to sell hemp. And we don't know if they're gonna come back or anything like that. He agreed, so we let go of that part of the business. I had to talk to the landlord of the building and some stuff like that on the situation, just to, like, hey, can we get out of this? So she let us out of that, and I had to go fully mobile again to come back mobile, and at this point in time, like we haven't made like a big profit in this situation. So with us not making a big profit, I'm not getting paid, and he's not getting paid, and it's like, how are we gonna do this? We can't get the SBA loan, so we have to start over with everything that we have in the structure of the business and get off from the hemp, just period. So let's get off from it and let's really structure towards the entertainment side of it. Let's really push towards the party bus. Let's really push towards the podcast. Let's push towards what we started with in the first place. So that's when we start pushing more towards videography. We start pushing more towards what we have going towards what we already bought, and this whole time we accumulated and getting the FX6, FX3, FX30, like different camera equipments, drones, stuff like that. So like, man, we already have this equipment and we don't have to push more money into stuff. Let's just start really pushing towards this and start making, something live. And that's what we did. And so he had another great idea to like, hey, let's go on Kayla Hammer's show and let's get out there. Let's push ourselves out there. It's probably be a great opportunity for us to, get some more people, so we can get some watch hours and we can, build the channel up and get some more business. So I was like, all right, man, well, let's do it. Let's do it. I've never watched his show before. I want to say a couple days before we are even start going to his show. Great guy, by the way. Theatrical in effects of what he does with his business, which he sells, and he got millions of views. Great guy, outside of the box of all the other stuff. Man, and we started to go towards it and everything like that. And we switched so many subjects, it wasn't able to just go on this whole thing that I was telling you about through the whole video, between the cars and everything like that. And it's more detailed. I'm rushing through a lot of stuff and whatnot, but it's more detailed with the business and everything we got going on. But a lot of our team still rocks with us. We're still building with certain things. We have our models that are helping us out. And if y'all want to know more about the business and what we're going on next, we're going to be filming every day, and we're going to push more about when it comes to this business and how we're going to build. And for all of y'all that are worried about, AKA Kevin, we are going to get Kevin back bread on his angel investment that he put on towards us. But as an angel investor, you fail with the company when it comes with the company. So as we're failing, he's failing. So we don't want him to fail. We want to make him happy, and we want to push more into what we can do as a business and what we can do as friends and family, and between all colors of age and everything like that. What I mean by that is because y'all have been calling my phone and with the most racial stuff that I've ever heard before. And not trying to talk about all Kayla's fans or anything like that, but some of y'all are pretty much a little bit on the side. So I don't appreciate the N-word calling me and stuff like that. If you want to support with the business, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to, talk stuff, I don't mind. I'm not going to argue back with you. If you want to, call whoever or not, do that. It doesn't matter. We're going to continue toward Dora's business. With Royal Might Blend, we're going to tell you our story. We're going to tell you exactly what's going on with this business and how we feel. You know what I'm saying? We are a collaborative team of businesses that do a lot. And yeah, it's a little bit extreme on how many different businesses we're doing, but we have a plan towards this. And if you believe in the plan, if you want to believe and see the next step on what we go towards, man, keep tuned in, watch to the next scene, and see how we build this business. See exactly what we go towards in this next step, and when we actually push towards this business to put it where we're gonna make the millions. We have some nice rappers. We have some nice comedians. We have some shows that we're putting on. We're gonna be putting on some documentaries. I'm gonna show you from the behind the scenes settings on what it takes to build a business, what it takes to sit there and build something that is great. We have some movie scripts that we wrote. We have some things that we're pushing together. And yeah, we're still selling hemp at the time and it is still legal, but we're gonna push out of that and we're gonna structure more towards the party bus and entertainment and stuff like that. So if you wanna book with us and if you just wanna watch our channel or if you just wanna talk some stuff or whatever like that, talk some stuff and subscribe. Just leave out the N-word and leave all the disgusting comments out of there. But, any interaction is good reaction. So I appreciate y'all tuning into the channel. I appreciate y'all being part of Royal Mike Blend. Join the journey, see us build, and I appreciate y'all fellas, women, everybody. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit more of the clips and everything we got going on. Hey, I'm King Rick. Big Rick in action, baby. Royal Mike Blend.
Battle with you, shawty, pulling up that brandy, got her acting like Moesha. Straight up out the slum, I put cheese on my hot Cheetos. Really with the ish, I can't lie, watch Incredibles.